Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 514. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Daniel. What's up, Daniel?
Hello.
What's up, P Guy?
Start spreading the news. New York, New York. Sorry.
Man, it has been. How long has it been since you did one show with me? The real Hogan's Cast Confidential 3, I think, which never hardly anybody saw. But how you been?
I'm good, and I see that you're doing well on Facebook because we're on Facebook. You seem to be doing really well, better than
the channel's doing better than ever.
Personal as well, but I won't get into personal. But yeah, you seem to be doing well, which is nice.
I'm a lot better than I was, and I'm doing a lot better at work, and I'm doing a lot better with the books and the YouTube channel and the Facebook Daily Motion, all this stuff. So things are coming together.
Yeah, I still one of your books, by the way. I still bought one of your books a while ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
Some time ago, yeah.
I think it was Tomorrow's Song. I think you did a review on it.
Yeah, I did a brief review on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poems and all that.
Yeah. Afterwards, it got more story than anything else. But yeah, there's still a little poetry thrown in there. Yeah.
That's cool.
So how you been, man? I haven't heard from you in ages.
You know about my health scare a couple of years ago. Well, I'm in now. I'm just looking for work at the moment. I've got an interview. Well, I did have a couple of interviews, but they fucked up with my criminal check. I'm not a criminal, but they just fucked it up. They can't do something simple like a criminal check just to get me started. And I got to wait for like a few weeks just to start this job right, but they fucked that up. And the job is their fucking plan. I won't get too much into it. But anyway, I've been applying for other jobs since then. I got this interview in January the 7th, so hopefully that'll go well.
See, a lot of people don't know, but before I started doing videos, I was watching you guys. I was watching you. I was watching Scribe. I was watching, that's the way that person goes. Like, I mean, I was watching a lot of things,
And that thing, but we won't mention him because
we're not going to mention him, yeah. But and it's like, it was like a whole nother era on YouTube,
Yeah. It was a little bit better back then. I don't know. It just seemed a bit more cold and.
It seems to me like back in the day, it's like people had wars with each other, and it's the same thing now. People have wars with each other. It doesn't change. The faces may change, but YouTube, I guess, basically remains the same. But let's talk about Star Wars, because I did want to get your opinion on it. What did you think of the movie? You saw it, right? Force Awakens?
Well, I initially went with my nephew because my nephew's into Star Wars more than I am. I'd say I'm more of a passive fan of Star Wars. I'm not really into the whole Star Wars lore and all that, and I don't consider myself a Jedi or anything like that. Some people take it too seriously. I heard there's some controversy surrounding the film, that it has a female protagonist, and people are saying that the film has a political agenda of some sort, but I just enjoyed the film for what it is. It's just typical Star Wars fanfare. It's pretty camp, or like this space opera shit. It's just George Lucas shit. I know he didn't direct it, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. Issue with it. I just don't understand why people have issue with it. It's just a fucking film.
I think people just like to complain or like to be haters, and they just, for no reason, just to get attention. Like, that's the person that hates Star Wars. Meanwhile, I'm not really wrong with it,
There's been so many films and video games that have female heroines and female warriors.
Right.
Fucking Xena Warrior Princess. Like, there's been a show about.
What's the problem? There's nothing wrong.
I'm not like I don't care for feminism, right? I just don't give a shit about it because I think it's got too many holes in it.
Right.
But I have no issue with a plot that has a female lead role in it. But I heard people complain about it, and then they had a black guy. So fucking what? There's a black guy in it.
So what?
It's the story. I care about the fucking story. I don't care about it's a black guy. Why people complain about the fucking the stupid shit like a black lead character. He was a former stormtrooper, then he rebelled.
First of all, like, we had growing up, right? We had Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor in Terminator. We had Tony Weaver as like Ripley. I mean, from Alien. So like, I don't really understand the problem.
Yeah, it's like I grew up with films, right? I was born in the 80s. I grew up like films from the 70s, and you had like you're older, slightly older than me. There was this I forgot the name of the woman. She's like a black Heroin or something. Those black films.
It was like Jackie Brown or the
Not the Jackie Brown one. It's just like that in the 70s they had a. I think she played
Cleopatra Jones.
something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. They had those black type of films and
Right.
characters and heroines and all that crap. And it was like, why the bitch fest now? Is in 2015. There's been plenty of fucking films like this.
I honestly think that they just, they make stuff up because honestly, there really is no.
Shit. But if they want to criticize the film for its quality, then fair enough. But why criticize it for having a political agenda just to garner attention for yourself?
But isn't it different that you have right? Isn't it different? You have a female lead, and that's what Star Wars is about, being different. Because they don't do this, they're not supposed to really do the same stuff. So
yeah, they complain about the villain. Well, if you don't know, for one, we don't know if he's the main villain yet.
Oh, Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much a pawn, and the idea of whether the Skywalker descendants being evil is not an original idea. It's been borrowed from some of the Star Wars lore. They've written books. I think they've written a book about Princess Leia's son and Han Solo's son. Both had a kid together, and he turned to the dark side. So they probably based that character on that character in a book, or I think it was a novel.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah, I think they had twins or something, right?
He's emotional. Like he's developing. So what's fucking Anakin Skywalker? I mean,
exactly. So when you start turning,
and then
you
he
get the
became a
shakes. You
fucker.
get like when he started turning, he started shaking. He started getting crazy. So I mean, it's a natural evolution into what he's undertaking. Like he's going into the dark side. That's what happens.
There's a progression in the story. There's always going to be a progression. The person's going to change, and he's going to go through this moment of confusion and anger, all this other fucking emotional crap.
Another thing too about the Death Star, right? All right, they built 2 Death Stars. So what do? Just not build the Death Star? You don't build like another weapon? You just gonna like have.
It's a big Death Star.
Everybody builds like if you think about the real world, people build weapons and they keep improving weapons and they keep making stronger weapons. So what's the big deal about a Star Killer device? Like I don't have a problem with that.
I didn't give a shit. I was just like watching the film.
Okay.
That's what I cared about. What
I really liked that it was different was the guy was not unstoppable. He was not like Darth Vader. He had flaws. He was confused, but in reverse, he was worried about getting possessed by the light side of the Force, the good side, which they just call it the light side, whatever. And it's like that was like funny to me how it was just reversed like that. He felt that he could be a really good person with a light side, and he didn't want that. He wanted to. He basically felt more comfortable with going with Darth Vader because he felt he could relate to him.
Right. Yeah.
And,
we don't know too much we don't know too much about Kylo Ren's backstory just yet.
But I think Princess Leia added to it because there's always a situation where a parent can make a mistake.
Yeah.
And she cast him out, so that even pushed him even more to the dark side.
Yeah. I heard Han Solo will reappear in the next film. He's not exactly dead. He's not exactly.
I heard Hayden Christensen. I heard Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader. He's going to be in some capacity. I don't know what it's going to be about.
I'm thinking Darth Sidious will make a return in some form.
Wasn't Darth Plagueis supposed to be Snoke or something like that?
Yeah, that's the rumor. He was Darth Plagueis was Darth Sidious' master, but Darth Sidious claimed that he killed Darth Plagueis.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But then another subplot they threw in there was that they still got clones. Which I heard. We want to clone.
Yeah, Darth Plagueis came up with the Sith technique for immortality. He knew how to manipulate life, DNA, and all that crap. I don't know. They just hinted in the first film, wasn't it? Wasn't it the first film? And I think
Revenge of the Sith. He talked to explain it to Anakin, Palpatine, but. I honestly, all these stuff is coming out now about George Lucas complaining about. Look, first of all, if you didn't want to sell it, you wouldn't have sold it for $4 billion. Okay, nobody told him he had to sell it. Okay, he wanted to sell it, and that's it. Move on. Like you can't be like disgruntled if I sold something of my characters, I don't think I would be complaining about it because it was my choice. It would be my fault.
Yeah, he's going.
So he shouldn't really have a right to say anything about it because he gave it up. He didn't have to give it up. Nobody put a gun to his head and said, you got to get rid of Star Wars.
Can you give J.J. Abraham blessing to do the film?
Yeah, and that was all an act. I guess he put an act. I sold it for billions. Now I got to come out and say this is part of my contract. Oh my God, whatever. And then he said he was great. Now all of a sudden he's saying it wasn't great. Look, here's the thing, okay? We didn't like some of the stuff he did with freaking Jar Jar Binks and all that stuff. So I mean, whatever, man. I mean, I enjoyed it, and ultimately the box office numbers, it just crushed Frozen today. Frozen was the number 8th movie of all time worldwide, and it just crushed Frozen. So now it's the number 8th movie of all time, and it's getting up there to where it's domestically it's going to be the number 1 movie of all time, and then the big thing is going to be Avatar, where Avatar worldwide is $2.7 billion.
Yeah.
Right now, we're on track to basically be close to $1.5 billion or more. I mean, and I honestly think it's going to beat Avatar because, again, and you got to think about it too, the amount of money that they make with 3D alone, it's like triple the price of a movie ticket. So I'm just going to let Daniel talk for a few minutes because I don't want to leave him out.
Yeah, I'll be mute. I'll go mute.
Daniel, go ahead. What do you have to say about Star Wars? Anything you want to add to it?
I hope it goes up. It beats Avatar.
I honestly, we're very close, bro. I think it's going to get there. Every day it's crushing records. Every day. So hopefully.
I don't know. I read somewhere that it's falling at the box office.
No, not at all. That's a lie. It's definitely not falling at all. That's a complete fabrication. No. It keeps moving up every couple of hours. I'm getting like updates on it. So. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear in episode 8? There was something leaked that there's going to be multiple Death Stars.
I don't know about multiple Death Stars, but yeah, look, whatever. I mean, the main thing is not even going to be the Death Star. It's going to be the Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren and whoever, whether it be Snoke or whatever, or Luke Skywalker. So that's going to be really amazing.
I'm thinking it was leaked or something because it seemed like legit. I think they're gonna pump out at least a couple of them because they're gonna need something like that.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, look how long it takes to make each one. I don't think they could just snap their fingers and pop out Death Stars. I mean,
yeah, but it's like 32 years later. Of course, they can mass produce these things, and they can do it really cheap by now.
I don't know about mass produced, but I mean, unless the Star Killer, they're probably working on for decades. So we'll see. But ultimately, what about the video games? Now, P-Guy, you have Battlefront, or do you play it, or?
I've only played one Star Wars game a long, long time ago. Just one. It was on an old British computer, and I had you were in one of those resistance ships, and you're fighting those TIE fighters. That's the only Star Wars game I've ever played. I can't really say anything about the recent Star Wars game.
How you doing video games otherwise though? What are you playing now?
I play all sorts. I play these niche type of games, and I play.
You can play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and stuff, or no?
I haven't played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2 because I lost interest in the franchise.
Okay.
I played games like Grand Theft Auto 5. I played Infamous, and if you played the Infamous games, I played about a guy who uses electricity.
Right. Yeah. Infamous.
God of War. I played God of War. I've also played the series called the Yakuza series. That's very new. Yakuza is quite fun if you're into that sort of thing. It's like a beat 'em up with role playing game elements.
It'll be cool to get you on when we have Larry. Larry's our video game correspondent that he works with that in the field, and it's cool. Like he reports to us different things. So right now, I'm actually on and off when I get the little time. I play the Mega Man Legacy Collection. I mean, I had the originals, but I've been playing.
That's a great series. What do you think of Mighty Number 9?
I want to get it when it comes out.
What do you think of the whole controversy?
I think it's basically Mega Man 9. I mean, it's basically you know, his version of it if he was still a Capcom, and they're not fighting him legally. I mean, he's calling his movie Concept instead of Capcom.
Yeah.
And the guy is basically Mega Man with a new outfit. They have the same format with the robots and the taking the powers, and it's basically Mega Man current version, but they're not calling it Mega Man. Which, you know, who's to say that won't happen with the other guy from Konami? Maybe he'll put something out close like Metal Gear Solid for Sony, that, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? These guys, they leave the company and they're going to probably put something out that's very close to what they had. I mean, you had Halo, you had Destiny. I mean, the Halo and Destiny are basically, you know, it was like the same company, right? So, I mean, it's like they each put out their own version. You know, like Destiny would be more the Sony thing. So, whatever, but...
Kojima liked him to do other stuff other than Metal Gear, the Metal Gear franchise. I played Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2.
I think the kids, they like the new Mega.
I've not played the recent Metal Gear Solids because I finished up to 4 and I felt I've had enough of this fucking convoluted narrative. It just, all this conspiracy theory shit, I just have too much. And too much cutscenes. There's too many cutscenes in there.
You know what it is? Back in the day, I remember we used to just play, right? Now it's everything like loading. Please don't stop it already. Like I'm so used to back in the day. You just click, you start the game. It's like I don't understand all this garbage. It's like, all right, whatever. I mean, you know, but I have to deal with it. But
I mean that storytelling you see in a lot of role-playing games, you never really see them in action games as much as you do now. Like in the old days, you played. Like, have you ever played games like Desert Strike? Have you ever played that helicopter game?
I think it was for Nintendo, right? An old one. Was it Nintendo or PlayStation? What was that?
Nintendo. It was for the Super Nintendo. It was you're in chopper and you're like flying.
I remember the name of it. I mean,
the Strike series.
I used to play stuff like Air Combat and Axlay and R-Type and
R-Type's a classic.
Yeah.
How many R-Type games you played?
R-Type, Super R. There was a couple of versions I played of it. R-Type 3, Super R-Type. I used to like.
Super R-Type was based on R-Type 1 and 2.
What was that one with you're riding the dragon? Was that like Phantasy Star or or Dragoon? What was that? You were riding a dragon through the thing.
Panzer Dragon.
Panzer Dragon. Yeah. So.
I played one. I played the first one, the second one, and I played the Panzer Dragon Saga, which is fucking hard to get. It's a hard copy to get if you don't understand. I played it though, and it's really good. But they did an Xbox game. I don't know if you played that one, but then since then that company was disbanded. I think.
Right. We got like they merged the PlayStation 4 right now. So.
Yeah. I know that the former Panzer Dragon team were working on some Xbox games, from what I heard. It's similar to the Panzer Dragon series, but I don't know too much about that series. I need to look into it.
I gotta get back into video gaming, man, because I'm always like all over the place, and I would love to just give myself a system.
Look, I love video games. You know, if I had other commitments, then obviously I wouldn't have much time. But because I just love my hobbies too much to like sacrifice.
You know, it is like I work and then I come home, I do my YouTube, or I'll hang out with the family, or I'll write a book, or it's like I'm all over the place. So it's like I'm watching, getting caught up with my TV shows on the DVR, and you know, now it's New Year's, so we're gonna be celebrating very soon. So Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year! I mean, where you're at, I'm sure it's already. Is it already? New Year or not yet? What time is it?
It's just close to 11 o'clock. It'll be
another hour. All right.
Time, yeah. I think a lot of people, because a lot of people don't have time to play those video games in depth, they play those little mobile games that they take with them.
You know what I like? I like the Pac-Man 256 on the mobile game, and I still play Temple Run 2, and I play.
The storytelling shit. It's just like just you got to eat the dots and dodge the ghosts. People used to play that shit.
You know what I was looking forward to for them to make now? One of the greatest ports was, what was it? Super Ghouls and Ghosts for Genesis.
Yeah.
That was like one of the, I think, the greatest Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts thing, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like, why couldn't they make a true sequel to it? I know they did Maximo, which was like a
They did.
3D version.
Ultimate. They did Ultimate. They did
They
Ultimate.
did Ultimate.
Yeah, that's the recent one. Hang on. I'm they did it, and it was really.
When did that come out?
It's for the Ghosts, Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I mean, it might have been. I mean, Ultimate Ghouls and Ghosts. That probably came out when?
The recent one they did was Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. That came out on the PSP, the PlayStation Portable, in 2006. Here you go. Can I post the link here?
Yeah, can you share it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this.
All right.
I've sent it in the group chat. That's the recent one they did. They did Maxima, but then they went back to doing Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins was hard, but I had an easier time with Ghouls and Ghosts. I used to play that a lot on the Sega Genesis. I never played Super Ghouls and Ghosts very much.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts was like the best. I mean, I could still play this. You could play that today and enjoy it. I mean, the graphics was amazing, and the sound was incredible on the Genesis. I wish I could hook up my Genesis right now. Amazing stuff. But all right, I'm not going to take too much time because I know everybody wants to go celebrate New Year's and stuff like that. So I do want to say, you know, we got a new year coming up, 2016. Got a lot of surprises for the channel. The channel is still going to grow, Matrix Lord 212. And P Guy, I would love to have you on some shows if you like.
Yeah.
We could do it again. We could do, you know, a whole bunch of people. We could do just you and me, like back in the day, and that'd be cool. And you know,
right.
That's it. All right. So, Daniel, have a great night. Happy New Year, Daniel. Happy New Year, Ryan. And that's it, guys. Take care. Bye for now. Happy New Year to everybody.